Yeah, I think that's all just them synthetically trying to create narratives. And I don't know if it's meant to be positive or negative. Most of the national narratives that the corporate press does about me tend to be negative, and I reject them. So I let them do whatever they want, but that's all them doing it on me. I think that people understand Florida's done a lot better than anyone predicted a year ago. That's just the reality. And, I had to make a lot of tough decisions, and I think folks have noticed that. But, you look at the main decisions we all had to make. How do you handle nursing homes? We protected nursing homes. We didn't ship the patients into nursing homes like some of these other states. We were able to reduce mortality and mitigate as a result. You look at the schools. Probably one of the most important decisions any governor can make. Are you going to get the kids in school? Or are you going to have them toil for a year? We were right on the schools. Obviously, having the economy open, we see the benefits of that. And then most recently, putting seniors first on vaccinations. I mean, that is going to have a positive impact on mortality. And so I think that this is something that folks appreciate seeing leadership, but it's really just me doing my job and trying to do the best I can for the people of Florida. And that's all I'm going to be continuing to do. Sure. So first of all, what you're saying is wrong. That's a fake narrative. So first of all, when we did the first pharmacies that had it were CVS and Walgreens, and they had a long-term care mission. So they were going to the long-term care facilities. They got vaccine in the middle of December. They started going to the long-term care facilities the third week of December to do LTCs. So that was their mission. That was very important, and we trusted them to do that. As we got into January, we wanted to expand the distribution points. So yes, you had the counties, you had some drive-through sites, you had hospitals that were doing a lot, but we wanted to get it into communities more. So we reached out to other retail pharmacies, Publix, Walmart. Obviously, CVS and Walgreens had to finish that mission, and we said we're going to use you as soon as you're done with that. For the Publix, they were the first one to raise their hand, say they were ready to go. And you know what? We did it on a trial basis. I had 3 counties. I actually showed up that weekend and talked to seniors across 4 different Publix. How was the experience? Is this good? Should you think this is the way to go? And it was 100% positive, so we expanded it, and then folks liked it. And I can tell you, if you look at a place like Palm Beach County, they were kind of struggling at first in terms of the senior numbers. I met with the county mayor, I met with the administrator, I met with all the folks at Palm Beach County, and I said, here's some of the options. We can do more drive-through sites. We can give more to hospitals. We can do the Publix. We can do this. They calculated that 90% of their seniors live within 1.5 miles of a Publix. And they said, we think that would be the easiest thing for our residents. So we did that. And what ended up happening was you had 65 Publix in Palm Beach. Palm Beach is one of the biggest counties, one of the most elderly counties. We've done almost 75% of the seniors in Palm Beach, and the reason is because you had the strong retail footprint. So our way has been multifaceted. It has worked, and we're also now very much expanding CVS and Walgreens now that they've completed the long-term care mission. Yes? And it's wrong. It's wrong. It's a fake narrative. I just disabused you of the narrative, and you don't care about the facts because obviously I laid it out for you in a way that is irrefutable, and so it's clearly not. No, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. Yes, sir. This is Richard.
Well, we're way ahead of schedule. Basically, the federal government just gave us the opportunity, all 50 states, to do a waiver. So we just made it public. You have 2 weeks to make it public, get all the input we possibly can. We're taking all that input. We work very, very closely with our superintendents. And then when we get that input, we apply for the waiver, and then we'll collaboratively figure out what is the best to do. But the accountability part of taking it, everyone, even the right, the left, all sides say you want that accountability because the people who suffer the most when you don't have that measurement, you don't know where you are with a certain student or your low-income kids. And so we're not going to let that happen. But once we get there, we have said from the get-go of this pandemic back in March when it came to schools, we will do what is right, we will do what is just, we will do what is fair, and we are leading with grace and compassion. And so the answer to that question is, I promise you, whatever that outcome is, it'll be something that we work with the superintendents, and it will be absolutely, I think, something that will be completely understood the value of it when we get to that point. But right now, it's way too soon. We got to go out there and get the measurement. When we get the measurement, then we can sit back, look at that data, and make the decisions that are best for children.
Now, what about for the parents who still don't? I know you said that they have to take it, they have to come to school. There are many parents who still don't feel safe bringing their child to a school to do that. Are you going to do any accommodations for them?
Well, I think we're going to work with the superintendents, and we'll work our way through that. But the fact of the matter is we've done millions of tests all through the fall already. All of the FSA makeups, all of the end-of-course exams, all of those. And we've done over 6 million or close to 6 million progress monitoring examinations. We've proven it's safe for those children to take that test. But for some reason, if there is a parent that's out there, again, we will be graceful and we'll be compassionate, but we want them to understand that it is safe and to get that evaluation of their child and where they need to go after a year in the pandemic is overwhelmingly more important than that. And hopefully we'll be able to get all the parents to understand that.
We had some federal guidance come down on visitation. Florida was one of the first to open it up for essential caregivers. There's some comments happening in that Florida caregivers page that there might be new guidance from the state in regards to visitation, maybe enforcing the current executive order to take their loved ones out, maybe for a haircut. Are we having any new guidance?
No, we want it to be completely open. I mean, every senior in these facilities has been offered a vaccine. The vast majority of them have taken the vaccine. You know, we had to do 4,000 facilities. You know, we did the first week because CVS and Walgreens wasn't quite ready. So we did 100 facilities in 1 week in Broward and Pinellas. CVS and Walgreens did probably a couple thousand. We did another 1,500 on the back end. So we did over 4,000 facilities. Everyone's been offered. Most of them have gotten 2 shots at this point, and then the staff has been offered. So my view is you need to open it up and you need to do it. So we're happy to facilitate whatever we can to have the visitation, to have this type of personal interaction that makes life worth living. And it'd be one thing in March of 2020 when we were really flying blind and we knew these were very vulnerable people. But I mean, we know a lot more. You can do basic things if you want to mitigate, but you know, we know these people have been vaccinated, and you see the statistics nationwide. It's not just in Florida where this is crashing in these nursing homes, and I don't think it would have crashed like that without the vaccine. So let's embrace that and treat these folks like they're immune. Well, if I need to do something, but I mean, you know, we're not restricting them from doing anything. I think a lot of them are concerned about potentially being sued. That's why I said I would put the nursing homes inside the liability bill that they're doing, because if you're just facilitating visitation, that's what you're supposed to be doing. There's not anything reckless about that, particularly at this point in time. So I'm 100% in favor of that, and if we can get that in the bill, maybe that'll make them feel a little bit more comfortable. But yes, open up, open up. One more. Yeah, but they're also getting, right, and that's just the way the formula works. But, I mean, Richard, how much federal funding, I mean, have we gotten for the schools?
If you take the 3 packages, ESSER, Carissa, and now the new one coming, you're talking about, it's literally almost more than a third, close to a half of our total K-12 budget. And so, and what the governor's never done, he's never cut education at all. Even in his budget request for this year, he increased the base student allocation. He increased the teacher compensation. So there's no cuts in our K-12 education. The loss of money, which may be students that aren't here, which every superintendent can talk to you specifically, we've already just sent out the new Carissa package, and we've told them it's billions of dollars to make sure you're aware of what your student count is, because if you have those students come back, which we anticipate they are coming back, you need to set aside that portion of money, which you have, to make sure that you compensate for those kids for the school year. There is not a money problem in the K-12 world.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. So, okay, very good. Well, it's exciting. Thanks, everybody.